great deal today about what Veterans Day is because we have a speaker who's going to do that for us. So I don't need to spend a lot of my time today talking about Veterans Day. I know probably in your classrooms today you have talked a little bit about what this day is and why it's important. Boys and girls, I ask that during our program today, we are listening with good listening ears, and we're making sure we're making good choices so that we can show that we are good hosts to the people we have with us today. Before I turn it over to Ms. Boo, I do want to see, by show of hands, how many of you are veterans, former servicemen or women, or currently serving? Boys and girls, will you give these guys a round of applause, please? And once again, we thank you for being here, and we appreciate it. Thank you for everything that you've done so that we can have and enjoy the freedoms that I know we take for granted every day, but those freedoms that we do get to take for granted each and every day. So thank you again for the sacrifices you've made so that we can be here and live in this world in which we live. At this time, Ms. Boo is up to sing the national anthem. So will you all please rise?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, set us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And if you would all stay standing, I have Penny English and Audrey Sports who will come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So Penny and Audrey. I don't know, but I always have, it always makes my heart happy to hear our students say the pledge together. Sometimes we'll start the morning off in the gym for morning announcements, and to hear the kids say the pledge together is just an amazing way to start the day. We should do it more often than we do, so I'm glad that we had the kids here today so that we could hear them say the pledge. And at this time, I would like to introduce our music teacher, Mr. Vanderbilt, who is new this year with us, and the junior high band, and they will lead us in some selections from America the Beautiful. And now we'll have the Eagle Chorus come out and up and sing from the Armed Forces, the Pride of America. this time, I'd like to introduce our distinguished guest, Lieutenant Colonel retired Patrick Unzicker, a native Illinoisan and neighbor to Saunemin who was born and raised in Pontiac, Illinois. Before joining the military, Lieutenant Colonel Unzicker attended St. Mary's School and Pontiac Township High School in Pontiac, Illinois, and continued to higher education, earning his bachelor's degree from Western Illinois University. At Western, he joined the ROTC and became an active duty Army officer. On active duty, he first served in the infantry and then later as an explosive ordnance disposal technician. His 25 years of service to our country includes multiple duty stations around the world and deployments to Bosnia-Herzegovina, Afghanistan, Iraq, and a second tour back to Afghanistan. Throughout his career, Lieutenant Colonel Unzicker served in a variety of key roles. His last position was as an explosive ordnance disposal battalion commander, bomb disposal, in Afghanistan. To give you an idea of the responsibility, a battalion commander is a senior leadership position. Imagine your favorite sports team, school band, or a big club you belong to. Now picture that entire group times 10. A battalion commander is essentially the head coach or the principal of that very large team. They create the strategies and make the big decisions. Their number one priority is making sure all soldiers under their command are trained, prepared, and safe, and they ensure their team has all the right gear. Whether it's the right equipment, the right training, or even enough food and supplies. When something goes wrong or the plan changes, they're the one who finds the solution and leads the team through the challenge. Today, Lieutenant Colonel Unzicker continues to serve the community and presently is a veteran service officer in the Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs. He lives in Pontiac with his wife Nicole, a 7th grade math teacher, and they both continue and enjoy service to the community. Please join me in giving a warm and respectful welcome to Lieutenant Colonel Unzicker.
On the slides will be what our past presidents say, and I'll highlight service. Again, trying to really hammer that point home. You didn't know it, but you're going to get a little bit of history and a little bit of math today. You thought it was going to be all just fun and games, but a little bit of history, a little bit of math. Veterans Day started out as Armistice Day. Armistice Day was declared by President Woodrow Wilson back in 1914, 1919, as it was, 1919, 106 years ago. And then in 1945, that president said, you know what, we're going to call Veterans Day. That's where it comes from. That's its history, where it started, where it is today. Again, another quote from President Bush. It's the month, the hour, nature remembers the moment the guns of World War I went silent. Recognize service. That's what it was for. Little different apparel, right? A little bit different back in the early hundreds. Right? But what hasn't changed is smiles on faces. Smiles on faces are, hey, the war's done. Again, it's the day that marks the anniversary end of fighting World War I. Unfortunately, as we know it, time moves on and more wars show. World War II is coming up next, and we'll see it. I'm going to tell couple of quick stories about some World War I a World War I individual and a specific World War II individual. And I'm doing that from the standpoint of this. The World War I veterans are gone. The last of them have passed. And that's something to think about. Because we can't go back to them and say, hey, what'd you do? Tell me about what you did. I want to know your history. I want to know your history because that matters. What they did matters. And it's kind of cool. The last living American member of World War I was a guy by the name of Frank Moss. He got kind of a funny name. But he started out as a farmer in Ohio. And he decided, you know what, I'm going to go down to my local recruiter. Don't know what that was at that time, but I want to join. He was 16. Now, where are my 8th graders at? You guys are 14, right? Just imagine, 2 years from now, you're getting ready to go off to war. He said, you know what, this is important enough, I want to serve. I'm going to go do it. I'm not telling you to do it or not. I'm just trying to push you into that thought process, that mindset of, holy moly, 2 years from now, I'm going to get on a boat, and I'm going to travel to Europe, and we're going to protect America's interests. That's what that guy did. And he happened to live to 110. He became an ambulance and a motorcycle driver. He supported members who were injured in war. And then later on, after the war, came back home. Came back home and he basically got on with a shipping company and he started sailing. Sailed back to, it would have been Asia at that point in time. About that time frame, World War II started to kick off. He stuck around. I want to help the U.S. folks. We're going to resupply U.S. folks. And then the Japanese captured him and became a prisoner of war. He didn't give up. He didn't quit. Came home, did a little bit more effort, wound up buying a farm in West Virginia, 300 acres, and took care of his farm until he was 103. He was still riding a tractor until he was 103 years old. Now, why do I tell that story? What's that matter? That's a 16-year-old kid. You guys are close. And he went all the way from there to Europe and back to Japan, right, Asia, and back. Started on a tractor, ended on a tractor. It's kind of a cool story, isn't it? Yeah. A little bit, right? A little bit. Now, here's another fun thing. When he deployed to Europe, the ship he traveled on was the RMS Carpathia. That was the very ship. And he wasn't on it, but that was the very ship that rescued those survivors from the Titanic. Again, how do you even come up with that? Yeah, you know, the ship I deployed on, that's the ship that rescued those folks off the Titanic. History. Right, just history. It's cool history. So that's Frank Moss. We jump on to World War II. Greatest generation. That's what we call these folks. Do we have any World War II members? So I know you're close. You didn't have to. Anybody? World War II? Okay. The oldest living member of Livingston County who served in World War II is Art Leach. Art grew up in Odell, again, another farm. He became a Navy aviator. And as a naval aviator, he flew off of an aircraft carrier, the Yorktown. So again, another young kid, left for service. What did he do? He just flew jets on an aircraft carrier. How cool was that? Right? Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. He's a Distinguished Flying Cross Award recipient. That is for service that is above and beyond what is ever expected, gallantry in the face face of the enemy while flying. Alive today, I saw him Sunday, still running around, a great storyteller. I talked to him. What do I bring up? Again, I bring up Frank Buckles, and now I bring up Mr. R.H. Ladies and gents, my young folks, we have a whole, and I'm part of this, older generation. I'm not saying we're old. I'm not saying that at all. A little more distinguished. But we got some cool stories to tell. Right? Talk to us. Talk to us. When it comes to Veterans Day, you hear that, hey, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. We appreciate that, we do. But I will tell you this. Somebody comes up and says, hey, thanks for your service, but tell me what you did. And that's a little bit of a conversation with me. That's a little feather in the cap. That makes me stand a little bit taller, get those shoulders back a little bit further down. Hey, okay, we did our part. Our service, what we did, secured a way for you guys to enjoy what we did. Right? You the same freedoms we had when you guys were growing up, the same we had growing up. Okay, do not get off track. Korea. Sir, I know you were in between. We're close. Any Korean veterans? 1.8 million Americans served, approximately 500,000 alive. I didn't cover that. You see a World War II veteran, right? They are considered royalty. Absolutely royalty, because they're like 100 to 103 years old. Sometimes older. They're royalty. Take the time, because they're not going to be with us anymore. 83, 3 more years. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's not. But the Korean folks are 5 years behind. You see a Korean veteran, we got to talk to them. Learn their story, know what they've done, understand them. That's how you really think of veteran. Talk to us. All right? Talk to us. Our Vietnam vets. I know I have some in here. Yes? Sir, does the Navy count? Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm just messing. I'm an Army guy. No service, or what'd you do? Corner. Okay. So Gulf War, that's coming up. Okay. Again, guys, see, that's all it takes. Have a little conversation. What'd you do? Gulf War. Serving in the Gulf War as a corpsman. What is that? It's a medic, right? It's a medic. So you sprain your ankle, right? Or worse, you need stitches. Or worse, you need blood flow stop. That's your guy. That's what he's going to do. Okay, and we can go through a whole list. Just talk to us. We'll tell you. Talk to us. That's what matters. Veterans Day, that's what matters. On our Vietnam veterans, again, 8.7 million served, rough number. There's roughly 5 million service members still alive. That's rough numbers. But I will tell you they're dwindling fast as well. Take the time. Spend with them. They won't be with us much longer. Now, the next go around, the War on Terror, Gulf War, OEF, OIF, Operation Enduring Freedom, Iraqi Freedom, could be Grenada. There are other conflicts that we participated with. Anywhere from 2 million to 3 million, upwards of 4, depending on what count that you go from. Many of us, multiple deployments, so it's hard for the numbers perspective. All right. Again, that's a little bit of the history lessons. History lessons so you guys understand. If I want to go talk to somebody, who do I don't want to talk to? You got lots of people you know you can go speak with, learn their story, thank them that way. Understand what they are, who they are. Anybody ever seen either one of these flags? You have? Okay, very good. You have too. Anybody know what the gold star means versus the blue star? What is it? So yes, his service, you're not wrong. A gold star usually hangs in the window of a home, and it means that a service member has died in service. A blue star means we have a member of service if you see that in and around the community, now you know, gives you a little bit of understanding. Whether it's this community, whether it's Pontiac, whether it's running down the road south to Springfield or running north to Chicago, it's all the same. So you see those, either one of those flags, that's what those mean. Arlington National Cemetery, if you haven't gone, I highly encourage that you do. Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I know that at least the 4th grade class just saw a video on Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and what goes on there. Arlington is a national cemetery, and we have other national cemeteries in and around the entirety of the United States, as well as our other locations like Hawaii or Alaska or Guam or America Samoa. But it's where service members lay to rest in their finale. Why do I bring that up during Veterans Day? Well, again, more part of the history, more part of a little bit of education. There is a difference between Veterans Day and a difference between Memorial Day. And that's all I want to point out. Veterans Day is for those of us, frankly, who are living. That's what it's about. Remember. No. For us who are living. Memorial Day is about the dead. We honor their service. We honor their sacrifice. We honor what they did. Those are the differences between the two. So if you ever wonder why, that's why. It is absolutely preferred. You do not say, hey, thank you for your service during Memorial Day. Don't go there. Right? Again, remember what that day is about. Memorial Day is about those that are fallen. Me. Why did I serve? Why did I get into it? Why did I do it? Where did it come from? Think long and hard about this, and for those in the Army side, you'll recognize, or may recognize, the leadership acronym. Well, loyalty, duty, responsibility, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. Those are kind of the moral glide path that I like and choose to go. This is where my folks taught me, brought me on, and the military kind of further honed and took me to that place. Earlier, I'm a St. Mary's grad, PTHS grad, went to Western, got a bachelor's in, of all things, in law enforcement administration. ROTC stuck their claws in me and said, hey, come on, what do you think? Okay. 25 years later, here we are. From there, I went to a small robotics company, and the robotics company came from, as an explosive ordnance disposal technician, when we interrogate an explosive device, we use robots to do so. We do that to keep distance. Distance from an explosion is our friend, because we don't get hurt. So I went and did a little bit of robotics work. Left that, opened up my business, did custom cabinets. From there, I went back to the high school, taught for a year in the shop, and then just picked up a veteran service office job. So I help veterans with, if they have ailments, if they have concerns, questions, it could be something related to service-connected mobility issues, come see me, and we'll run through the VA process and see if we can't get you the help that you need. Small town kid from Pontiac, Illinois. This is what the service did. It took me. Started out at McClellan in basic training in Alabama. Finished up in Afghanistan round 2, but never in the world that I believe I'd wind up in Germany, across Europe, or in Hawaii, or Alaska, let alone any of the other world locations. So, this is back to, hey, talk to your folks who have served. Say, hey, what you done? Where you been? What's going on? What that does is that keys me to go, oh, I remember this. Let me tell you about this. This was cool. Or let me do this. That's cool. Or let me just talk. Gives you a chance, an opportunity to see, hey, what else is out there? I bring up the fact that I came from small town Illinois, and this is what's possible. And I'll apply that to you guys. If you want to go, go. If you want to stay, stay. But never in the world did I believe this was an opportunity, a possibility that the service would allow me to travel the world. It's up to you guys. If you want to do it, it's there, it's available. The reason you serve changes over time. It started off with I had something to prove. I wanted out of the house. Mom and Dad, you don't know. Well, they knew, but I wanted out. It's a career path, gave me an opportunity. Let me try. Let me try. Again, back to service. I want to do this. So then I got there. I got into the basic training, got into ROTC. I don't like this. It's challenging. Sense of pride. Right? That whole stick my shoulders back, stand up a little more straight. Gave me that sense of duty, and it was different. Ooh, it was different. Different cool. Different fun. And then it really changed, because then I had kids. You kids are hard. Right? We've got to take care of them. And then you get into our hearts, and when you're in our hearts and you don't let go, you're like, oh, all right, here we go. I have 2 of my own and 3 extended. One of the ones that's extended is here. But these are my monsters. These are my monsters at 7 and 9. Right, so they're not very far from where you guys are. Could be your family. But this becomes why we continue to serve. We do it so they don't have to. We do it so our children don't have to. But if our children want, by goodness, they can. And then as you continue to serve, you're like, well, why do we continue to do this? You wind up with friends that you'll never forget. Friends who got your back. Friends who are amazing. And then you get to, like I said, you get to do some really, really cool stuff. That was an ordnance cache in Afghanistan we collected, and we didn't allow the bad guys to use it against us anymore. No more explosive hazards. So why do you serve? That's why you serve. And that's my story. That's what I did, why I did it. Started out for a reason, ended up for another. And that's where it comes from. Couple more. In Bosnia was a peacekeeping mission, and I talked about challenging. Remember that word challenging? What do you do? Challenging. So not to bore you, but the Serbs and the Croats, they had a civil war in that country. And part of what they did, they stockpiled ammunition and ordnance. My job to go in, identify what it was, and dispose of it explosively. And that is the best time you can ever have. That is fun. That is a whole lot of fun. I'm not even kidding about it. Now, what's great about this picture, this is a small shot. We call them explosive shots. Small shot. 3,000 pounds. You can see the fireball. I know you guys tough seen it, I got it. This haul, she'll pass around the slide packet later on, so you get it. She got it. But if you look down here, that's a combat vehicle. I'm in the back of that. So that's how close we get. And the explosive wave will hit you, so you feel that concussion, you get the noise. Every once in a while you get some fragmentation headed your way. It's just, again, winds up being a good time. Good time. And then you step back and go, okay, let me get away from the first one. This is fun. And you go, we just helped the local population eliminate explosive hazards for them and for their kids to have to deal with. Now that's no longer an option for their kids. Their kids now get safe. So while I'm being selfish and having a good time, keeping other kids safe as well. That's how you look at it. Afghanistan, this is round 1. When the Soviets left Afghanistan, so you get a history. There's no choice but to learn. But when the Soviets left Afghanistan, they just pushed everything off of their flight line, and they left. chemical way, explosive. Yeah, good stuff, right? Good stuff. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you I miss it every day. Every day I miss it because it was blast, right? No pun intended. Okay. Enough of me yakking. Service, preservation of freedom. Service is preservation of freedom. Talk to your veterans. Talk to them about their story. It helps preserve your freedom. It helps give you what you have. I know you guys don't know it. Just shut up. I want to go get something to drink. I get it. I get it. I know. I said it could be worse. I promise you that. I'm on my best behavior in this hall and not go for that. All right. Above all, we got to realize no arsenal, no weapon is so formidable as the will, the moral courage, free men and women. That's who your veterans are. Provide that for you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it very much. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Chow is acceptable. Same with the anthem. Pretty good. You have a future. For my service members, sincerely, thank you to all of you. I know sacrifice, and I appreciate it. Thanks for letting my kids enjoy the freedom that they deserve. Hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Thanks for your time.
Thank you again to Lieutenant Colonel Unzicker for being with us today, and for Ms. Hall, who gave his name to me. Where is Ms. Hall? There she is. So thank you for allowing him to be here today. The one thing that I forgot that I normally do, I'm going to make this a little different today. I do want to recognize staff and former staff of Saunemin Grade School who have served. So will you please stand if you are a current or former staff member of Saunemin Grade School. Let's give them a round of applause. And I didn't say anything to Mr. Blair beforehand because I knew he would tell me don't do it, so I surprised him. So thank you, Mr. Blair, for being with us today, and to both of you for your service as well. Okay. We have two more arrangements from our pre-K through 5th grade music students. So, Mr. Vanderbilt, if you want to come up and have the kids sing.
Pre-K 5th students, please stand.
Stand beside her.
Thank you once again for being with us today. Boys and girls, give yourselves a round of applause. You were amazing today. Thank you for showing our guests that young people do know how to behave and make good choices for that time. You've been here for a while and you've sat very quietly and respectfully, at least from where I was sitting. So thank you very much for being a good audience and being good hosts today. We were hosts today for our guests, so thank you. And with that, we are free to leave. Please make sure you mark November 11th, 2026 for next year, and we will do it all again. So, thank you again.